Hello everyone, this is Jeffrey, your shear sharpener and clipper repair guy. Today we have an interesting repair. This is a Pulse ZR II. This repair will also apply to the Andis Supra as well as the Pulse ZR II. There's different colorways you can get in this. This is just a simple black one today. So what we're going to do is we're going to be doing a PCB board repair, and we're going to be changing the blade drive out. So just basically fixing this clipper out. What happened was this clipper was dropped. It worked really well for a minute, but now the only way to turn it on and off is by taking the battery out. So as you see, it works now, but the switch does not work to turn it on and off. This switch works to increase and decrease speed, but you cannot change the on and off position. So you have to take the battery out, which is super ridiculously annoying. Anyhow, we're going to be replacing that, and I'm going to show you how to take that apart. A lot of people take all the screws out, but actually it's unnecessary to remove all the screws to do this repair. All you need is to remove these two screws on the bottom. And I'm using a T9, which is a Torx 9 screw driver. And they basically work over a tray so I don't drop anything here. So I'm going to take these two bottom ones out. I'm going to pull these screws out, making sure not to lose them, leaving them right there. And to remove the top housing, you lift the top here, and it pops right out and slides forward. As you notice inside, we have a lot of hair buildup inside here. This is used by a dog groomer at a Petco here that I service every single 2 months. And what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using my JV SCAM blower, and I'm basically going to just clean all the hair out of here. There's a nice little uninvasive way to do it. Almost lost the switch there. No need. When you buy the new part, it comes with a new switch there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this apart. This is, and once again, number 9 screwdriver. There are 2 screws you want to take out on the PCB board. It's then connected to the motor on these 2 parts right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this one, work over the tray so you don't lose your parts. If you do lose a screw, luckily, the new PCB board comes with new screws as well. And we'll be putting those in. What you want to do is you want to pry this up, and you want to pull it out. So pry it up and out, and I like to wiggle it up and down to get it right off these 2 little clips. Sometimes you'll remove these clips here, and they're just being held on by just a little bit of pressure, and you just push those back down, right? You don't want to lose your gasket here. That goes right on there. So we're going to move this to the side here, and we're going to inspect what went wrong on these clippers. I'm going to open up the new one and show you what happened here. And this is an updated PCB board. Recently, in the last year, Andis changed the PCB board out. The switch part right here had a bump on it, and then the switch right here would then push it over, activating the hump on the switch. Over time, that would wear down and the switch would stop working. So instead, they came up with this new design with a tiny toggle that comes off of here, which unfortunately is also flawed. So this is Andis part number 202388. Runs about $50, and you have to be very careful opening this packaging because you could also break the part that broke off of here. So right here, we're going to notice this is where the switch actuates right here. And it's supposed to have a little tiny plastic tab. So when we open up the new one here, you'll see. So I always use a pair of scissors, of course not my grooming scissors, to cut it open. And I'm just trying to be very careful with this, not to lose any parts. We have the screw that it comes with. It comes with a new switch as well. And then I believe, the other screws right here go right out. Well, that's why I love working over a tray. So you'll notice, you also want to take this out pretty carefully too, because unfortunately, even though it's an upgrade from the old one, this tiny little plastic tab here is like paper thin, and it's super fragile. So the most important part is not only not breaking this tab off, but when you put it back together, not breaking the tab off. So you notice you put these 2 together, and you'll notice right by that tab, it's missing the tab on there. So that's why this one broke and it doesn't work anymore. Well, this will actuate it back and forth. I'm not going to mess with it because it's already fragile as is. So what you do is you line up the 2 metal prods going out, and you'll see right here, it's just pressure fit in there. So I'm going to line these up, just right, pressure fit them in there, and I'm going to line up the new screw holes. And that's all it takes to replace this PCB board. I'm going to take the new screw, put it in here, take my Torx number 9. Notice I use my pinky to steady my hand. Tie that down. Take the next one, put it on top here, slide it in just right, prop it up, slide it down. Now this is where things can go sideways. You'll notice the little tab inside there, and then you'll see this switch. So inside this little square cavity, that's where you want the switch to go. So as you put it inside here, you want to lay it just right, so as you can turn it on and off, you feel it click back and forth. So I'm going to say clicking back and forth. So I'll do that again for you. I may have just pulled it off the same. But basically, I'm trying to line up this little square cavity right here with that little plastic toggle there. So I try to log it in. I do not force it. Just try some way for it to nice and settle down. And once it fits, you can actually feel it click back and forth. Okay? So now that is set. We're going to replace the cover here. And what I like to do is this kind of gets built up with hair. I brush it off. So I have a nice little fabric brush here. And I'll just wipe that off. Nice and uninvasive. And then you want to make sure, too, that you have 2 little clips on here. Right here and here. And that's what's going to hold your the cover on. The next thing you want to do is make sure that this part right here is where the top switch goes. And I still have a little bit of hair on the back here. Let me wipe that off. Make sure that this got moved out of place. Now it's back in place there. What you want to do is you want to take the hooks, go into the top, and pull them back until it locks in place. You then want to make sure that this toggle right here for the speed goes in between these 2 pieces. So we're going to hook it, place it in place, make sure it fits. We're going to make sure it snaps down into place. Trying not to mess with that switch. Check the switch again. We're set. Now it's just the 2 screws to put it back on. There we go. And then get this screw right here. Put that one back on. Once again, just nice and snug. Don't want to over torque it. Put the battery back on. And then now it turns on and off with the switch. We fixed it. And that's how you replace the PCB board without breaking the tiny little toggle there. It's going to be another $50 fix if you do break it off. And then my next video will be how to replace the blade drive here. So check out my next video. I'm going to be posting it real soon. I don't want to make this one too long. It's already 8 minutes long. And if you just came here to change the blade drive, watch my other video. It's going to be a whole lot shorter. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. This is Jeffrey, your shear sharpener and clipper repair guy. Call me if you have any questions. Send me a text message. Or you can mail me your shears and clippers for repair. I hope you have a wonderful day and stay sharp.